Welcome to the G.N.A podcast, Games, Nerds, and Alcohol, where we get drunk or high and forget to hit the record button.
That's me. That's my specialty.
Yep, we've all done it, thankfully. Being joined tonight by the motley crew, the normal G.N.A co-hosts over here, and the article. So let's go back around the room here. We got the article. Article, how you feeling tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Class starts on Monday, so...
Nice. What class?
Well, just the next semester, so the flurry of classes. Logic, English 2, or whatever the hell that's about. And then I got a bunch of, taking a computer science course. That should be kind of fun. And then chemistry 2.
Nice. What's your major at the end?
Physics.
Damn, that's a hell of a course.
It's not easy. But it's fun. I don't know. I kind of like it. I enjoy the conversations and the shit that we get into. Are at this point insane, man. Like, most of the shit we talk about, I mean, it's practically magic. Like, it's becoming so close to just fucking pure magic, man. It's ridiculous, but it's cool. So,
rock on. Shadow Man, how you feeling?
I'm feeling like shit, so Kittler's gonna fill in for me.
All right, that is a gargantuan cat, by the way.
Oh, he's so adorable, though.
Yeah, he honestly looks like he is plotting to kill you while you sleep.
Oh, no, he loves it. He's purring.
Anyways, D, how you feel tonight, man?
I'm doing all right, but I still can't get over the resemblance of his cat with the fur colors to Hitler. Hence the name Kittler.
That's why his name Kittler.
He's got the he's got the haircut, even the damn mustache.
He looks like
he's
little
even
kitty
doing
Hitler.
the salute. He's even giving a salute.
And he's a fat little fuck, but I'm doing all right.
Is he asking if we've seen Kyle? He's about this high. It looks like he's asking if we've seen Kyle.
Yeah, he's asking about Kyle.
And it looks like he's wearing a big ass diaper with his.
And Zyber Bloodman, how you feeling tonight?
I am wiped out. I am very, very wiped out.
Well, hopefully your connection lasts longer than it did last time, because honestly, I thought it was a premature audio.
That's what she said.
Hey, sometimes the pills don't want to work.
Come on, Kittler. Put you back into it.
Well, let's go around the room. Let's find out what everybody's drinking, because I don't know if you guys seen, but there is a metric ton of questions we have to get through. So we're going to have 5 minutes of talking about what we actually want to talk about and 2 hours of answering questions.
Hard pass.
Let's reverse around that. Zyber, what are you drinking, man?
I am drinking a Pipeworks Brewing Blood Orange Guppy. I've been drinking a few of them.
Solid. What's it like, man?
It is like the taste of the Warbird. I know I've given you one of the Warbirds, Cecil. It's like that, but blood orange notes all through it. And then you get hit with the lovely citrus hop on the back end of that initial orange flavor. It's nice. It's pleasant. It goes down easy.
How does it compare to the Dogfish Head Flesh and Blood?
The Flesh and Blood is definitely a lot more potent in flavor, like the alcohol taste. Like, you can tell there's alcohol in the Blood and Orange.
Okay,
that is right up there. This is very easy drinking. It goes down and finishes very smooth. Very
nice. D, what do you drink with us, man?
I am drinking some of the Victory Brewing Company's Golden Monkey. We both did a review of that on our latest video.
And we drank a lot of it.
Yeah. It's Belgium triple, so it's up more on the sweet side. And it's got a bunch of interesting flavors in it, but it was their take on the Belgian triple. It's a Belgian-style beer, so on the sweeter side. And it's got a considerable amount of alcohol. I think, what do we say? It's 9.5%.
Nice. Yeah, we I think we drank 2 full takes of that,
something like that.
Yeah, that was we drank a lot that night. I'm happy that video came out coherently, because by the time we did that second take, I was very, very drunk.
Neither of us were really doing the greatest about that time.
What about you, Shadow Fox? Are you drinking anything with us tonight?
Not applicable.
Not applicable. Well, I'm just going to stare at that boat in waves behind you, because it looks like Zelda. So I'm just going to stare at that.
It is. It is. It's amazing. Let's look at it. Yay.
Oh God, it's so nice. Oh.
Zoom. Oh God. Oh God. I don't know how.
It makes me want to play Wind Waker.
Oh God, dude, I'm getting vertigo staring up your nose now. So we're just gonna pass right on here. So, Article Man.
Oh God, keep it right there. I just popped the Cialis.
I have something called Platinum Valley, which is a bud that was created by a company out here called High Level Health, and it's one Canna Cup in California as well as Colorado, as being one of the best sativas on the market. So, should be pretty good.
What, no goat tonight?
I'm out of it. That's actually a lie. I had a little bit left, but...
So like the name of the company, I'm putting, they put a lot of thought into that pun.
High Level Health. It's not even a pun out here, man. It's like, it's a cliche to call, like, just to put health somewhere in the fucking title of your business. It's honestly kind of dumb. Like, you wouldn't go to a liquor store that said, like, healthy liver or something,
But now I think we should create one.
I'm talking about, like, putting the word high in your business title. To me, that's like punny. Like, we already know we're going to go into your shop and get something that's going to get us high. It's like going to a liquor store that has liquor in the name. Like, we already know.
That's what I'm saying, is I'm not there for the health. Like, that's like...
Yeah, if we went to a liquor store that said Drunky McHealth Pants, I'm pretty confident we knew what we were doing before we read that sign.
Yeah, that's the point. Like it's just like, and they all have like those little green crosses, right? Because it all started with like the medical cannabis kind of thing. But it's like, if you're using weed specifically to treat an issue or condition, like you're not probably doing much good for whatever condition that is.
Yeah, but you're stoned off your gourd and you don't care about it, though.
Yeah, the one benefit.
Well, I myself am having tonight, I'm going back to an old classic. I've had it multiple times on the show. Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA, Imperial IPA, actually. I think this is a new something or other. But it's a 90-minute IPA. Man, it's one of Dogfish Head's, I think, most popular beer. It's 9% by volume. So it's a hard-hitting beer, very, very hoppy, very yummy. But you don't want to drink 10 of these in a night unless you've got a toilet bowl or like really close to you, because they will get you drunk really quick.
What about a keg of that?
For a second there, I thought you were going to say 120s, because you had a whole lot of that in the show.
Oh, my God. I was drinking. I still have a friggin' growler of 120 in my fridge, plus a bunch of bottles that I'm aging. I got to drink that growler, though, because it's probably skunked by now.
That was a good night.
Oh, man, that was a great weekend. We got to do that again.
I was a champ. I vomit neatly in the toilet and go back to drinking 120.
Dude, yeah. Article, you've got to join us next time if we can pull it off, because we all got together. We chilled out at a resort, went ziplining, had a whole friggin' ball, man, and we got very, very drunk.
I feel like ziplining is dangerous, but at the same time, like, in terms of danger, it's like the least dangerous thing you could do.
Yeah, it's like well below skydiving, but just a notch above scuba diving.
I wouldn't even put it more than scuba diving. I'd put it like there with like just skateboarding.
No, that's yeah. But like, I've been watching like crazy ass YouTube videos of like scuba divers recently,
Dude, you got to go scuba dive, man. Dude, you let me know. You come over here, you let me know. I'll go diving with you any day of the week.
I'm mad, man. I could have gotten my certification for free in the military, and then my guts went all psycho, and I was like, well, fuck that, not realizing that, if you got a shit and you're underwater.
Well, yeah, that's where you just
probably a perfectly reasonable place to do so.
Well, the only problem is that your wetsuit smells like whatever it's filled with. If it's filled with fishy water, it smells like that. If it's filled with shitty water, it smells like that.
Here, fishy, fishy, fish. There goes your home.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't be the worst thing,
Really funny, quick story time with Cecil on that. So my dive instructor, he went diving on a long trip, and he got sick, like ill. Not like, well, I mean, he threw up too, but he was ill, like it was virus sick. And he's underwater, and he's not canceling his scuba diving because, that's what he is. So he's underwater, all right? And he's not feeling well. And he had, a spaghetti dinner or something the night before. So all of a sudden, he starts vomiting through his regulator. And it's just chumming the water. And his wife, who was down there with him, is like, I'm just going to swim a little farther away from him. But he was chumming the water, so all the fish were flocking around him. So they were getting some great pictures. The problem is that he puked through his regulator and he clogged it. So he goes to his secondary, and while he's got a secondary in his mouth, he's taking apart his primary regulator and cleaning it out underwater while vomiting through his secondary regulator. So he gets his primary regulator clean enough that he can put it back in his mouth because he's now clogged his secondary regulator by vomiting through it.
Ooh, $1 million idea. Add a little zipper and a flap to the back in a wetsuit. And just chum the water and leave.
I'm pretty confident that there is an entire group of people that would use that for a completely different purpose than pooping.
Oh, damn it.
Yep.
But still $1 million idea, dude.
What do you got, Zyber?
Yeah, if anything, that makes it more marketable, right?
I'm just saying I'd use it.
I'd finish.
Chumming the water.
I did go snorkeling a lot in Hawaii. That was pretty fucking cool.
Oh, I bet.
I saw a grouper that looked like it weighed 500 pounds, and it, oh man, terrified me. I was like, get that fucking thing away from me. Didn't even have any teeth or anything, but still, I was like, Jesus, fuck.
Just gonna swallow you whole.
No, one of the times I went under, I was maybe 30 feet from shore, and it was kind of murky, the water was not very clear. But I put my mask on, and then I submerged myself, and there was a fucking sea turtle right here. Right here. Oh my God. Terrified me. It didn't give a shit. It's a turtle.
Did it say noggin?
No, it was just looking at me like, the fuck you doing down here? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's looking at you going, fish out of water or pewing in the water. Fuck.
Yeah, it was the closest I think I've ever been to, because the when I first saw it, the instant thought was wasn't oh, it's just a turtle, it's it's a living creature somewhere I'm not supposed to be. It's gonna murder me,
Humans, how do we get those fuckers down here too?
But it's just a turtle, so it was cool.
All right, so next segment we got to kick through here because we've got a ton of questions, as I've already said. State of games. Let's just browse around here. Let's get a quick state of games on everybody. So, Article, what's your state of games, man?
Oh, man, I haven't really been doing too much gaming. Again, I've just been kind of tooling around in Dead Cells trying to unlock everything, which is a good time. Other than that, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I don't think I even turned my Xbox on this week.
Oh, for shame. For shame. What about you, Shadow? What's your state of games there, guy?
I've just been playing The Witcher. It's my life.
Gant.
A whole bunch of Gant?
Yeah, just Gant. Endless Gant.
What about you, Zyber? What's your state of games there, guy?
Well, all week I've been streaming a playthrough of Hellblade. Also been streaming a bit of Final Fantasy VI, Bayonetta. What else? Something else. I'm gonna end up totally brain farting right now. But Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah. I've been playing a whole lot of stuff. Like we're trying to get through this pretty quick, but yeah, I've been streaming a lot, trying to get our word of Extra Life out there because the new session has started. So I want to try and stream anytime I game.
Yeah, man, that's a solid thing, man. And hopefully this year, Extra Life, we're gonna double what we made last year. What about you, D? What's your state of games there, guy?
Been playing a lot of the Switch. I've been playing Shining Resonance Refrain on the Switch, which is a remake of it, and I just got Tales of Vesperia in the mail. I got that shipped to me for the Switch as well. And been playing a lot of Mario Kart 8 on the Switch with the kids. They've been loving it.
Nice. Art, you have something?
Oh, I was just going to ask about how that streaming game raise money thing actually works. I've never partook.
It's actually a really cool concept. So, everybody plays games. You, me, everybody, Zyber. So what we do is we jump on and we start streaming games through Twitch, Mixer, Ustream, whatever we got. And as people watch, if people join in, we say, hey, look, if you're enjoying watching the show, we don't make any money off of it. Go if you were going to drop us some bones, drop it over to charity instead. We have a link that links over to Extra Life, and we support different charities. Like, for instance, I support a children's hospital out of Richmond, and anything that gets donated goes directly to there. I don't see a dime of it. It never even touches me. It goes straight through Extra Life, and they donate it directly to the charity.
Cool.
And my state of games has actually been, I've been actually playing a bunch because I'm in a little bit of a hiatus from school. I've been doing a little schoolwork, but I've been kind of chilling out from it. I've just been kind of very meandering through it. So I've been playing a bunch of Destiny 2. Wednesday nights I've been streaming with Shinzu, the Dead Space 3 game, and we finally finished that over this past Wednesday. It was fantastic. Nice games, nerds, and alcohol. Over a controller, a thing of nerds, and some booze.
About to say, where is that little fucker tonight?
Yeah, I know. He said he wasn't going to make it, so it's all right.
Not that I'm going to talk,
They listened to episode 101 and he got in trouble.
Yeah. Or he listened to episode 101 and, some brown chicken, brown cow happened. God, I hope not. If anybody gets turned on by that episode, I will feel so awkward. I really will.
So if anybody does get turned on by it, please email Cecil.
Oh, God, no.
Yes.
No.
Email the show at G.N.A. in your DNA or G.N.A. podcast. Yeah.
There you go.
G.N.A. podcast at G.N.A. in your DNA.1. Send us your email of your excitement.
Episode 101 was me talking in the Deckard Cain voice. Only instead of me just talking on normal stuff, I read Penthouse Forum letters. So literally, it's me talking like this, but talking about how Janet took one up the ass. Dude, it was so cringy. It's like 30 minutes of full-on cringe.
Oh, God. Well, probably avoid that.
Yeah, please do. Like, listen. If you want a good laugh, listen to like the first 5 minutes of it, and after that, just turn it off. Because if you keep going, you realize it just gets cringier and cringier.
I really hope that becomes like our highest downloaded episode.
Cecil.
Yeah.
Cecil. Did you remember to do something at the beginning of this show?
I mean, I rubbed one out.
Remember that one thing that I was talking about? If you miss questions.
Oh, I drank. Here, hold on. I'll show you. I've already. This is two of like the three because I already had a Pocahontas two before this. So I've made sure to suffer for my travesty there. But yeah, my state of game's been pretty simple. I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2, trying to catch up. I think I'm 590 light. We beat Dead Space 3, which is fantastic. We're now looking for another game. So if you've got a suggestion on a co-op game other than Borderlands, please don't say Borderlands. Let us know. And if you are hearing me talk all funny and stuff, it would be because I decided to go through some torture process of having a dentist strap metal to my teeth. And it sucks horribly.
Wouldn't that be an orthodontist?
Yeah, that guy.
Maybe you'll get to learn how to shoot rubber bands out your mouth, too.
Oh, that's coming. Dude, I swear, they told me it was going to hurt, like my teeth were going to hurt. And I was prepared for my teeth hurting. because I've had tooth pain before. Hell, I've had 2 kidney stones. No way that they can be anywhere near as bad as a kidney stone. And this pain isn't in my teeth. It's in my friggin' gum, or my friggin' lips and the inner parts of my cheek, where these things are scraping them up to the point of I'm bleeding. It's like
Dental
Jesus,
wax. Invest in dental
That's
wax.
what everybody says. They're like, go get wax. And I'm like,
Man, where was this shit when I had braces in high school? I just sat there shredding the shit out of my face.
well, that's what I'm doing. I'm just shredding the shit out of my face. And I'm self-medicating with a lot of scotch and beer. Works out.
And it'll keep those wounds clean.
Oh, yeah. I want to keep them disinfected.
I didn't get braces.
I did. My teeth are still fucking crooked. They just went right back to crooked.
Yeah, I looked into getting them when I was in the military, and I got like an appraisal, and the dentist I went to was like, yeah, we're going to have to break your jaw like 5 times to set your teeth right. I was like, well, no fucking thank you.
I've never heard of that before.
Actually, when I was at the orthodontist, the one guy, the kid that was there, they were talking about having to break her jaw because her palate or something, or so there was something about it that was way too narrow and it was all screwed up. So they're talking they had to break her jaw, which literally it was
would thicken it.
It was the top part of her jaw, so it was like literally breaking her skull. They're like, yeah, we put you out. You won't feel it. You'll wake up and you'll be sore. And I'm thinking to myself, wake up and feel sore. You're breaking your skull. Like, how does that work?
It's kind of like, I love how they reset your nose when they break a nose. They take a little hammer and smack you in the face.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a little more to it than that, being a surgeon, but I mean, basically you're just getting the kabong up the nose.
Hard pass to all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have hard passed to this braces if I knew it was going to be this annoying. It's not even like it friggin' hurts. It's just annoying. Like, I talk and, like, it rakes up against the inside of my freaking lip, and I'm like, ow, ow, ow.
Let me demonstrate. This has been me all day. Every time I talk to him, you got a problem? You should put in a ticket.
Yeah, that actually has been him. But it's better that you're doing that, because at least I look at you and I go, you're an asshole. But Donnie walks by and just goes, penis, and I start laughing hysterically. And every time I friggin' laugh, my lip curls up on top of the ones on top of my canine, and then I start scraping the shit out of him. I'm like, dude, you're an asshole, because that hurts.
Penis.
Like I said, once you get the wax, life will get better.
Yeah.
Actually, funny thing is, I can actually breathe through my nose better now. I had broken my nose years ago, and since they re-break it to set it, I never got it set right. So I was like, nope, not doing that shit. Well, not too long ago, my freaking 3-year-old headbutted the shit out of me in my nose and re-broke it. Now I can breathe better.
Well, I guess that's one way to do it. Well, hey,
Toddlers are assholes.
We actually had a topic for tonight. We got to crack into it because, again, we've got a metric ton of questions. So our topic for tonight was anime night and what we've watched for anime, and like yay or nay if we've dug it. Just some miscellaneous shit, I guess, about anime night. So if you don't know about anime night we have, well, it was every Wednesday night. We've switched it off. Zyber has been hosting it. Blue Shark started. We've switched it off to Sunday nights, and we start at 7:30. We go for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on people's interest. And what was the one we started off with?
I'm not entirely sure which one we started off with. I think it was Darker Than Black.
I thought it was Monster.
It might have been Monster. I know, like, Darker Than Black and Monster were right close.
Because I was just like, this is dry.
Well, it was dry, but it was really interesting because it was totally a psychological mindfuck.
A dry psychological mindfuck.
Well, I mean, it could have used a little lube. What did we think of Darker? Or what's fucking? I'm going on friggin' Zybers up there. What did we think of Monster? I dug it. I mean, it was really kind of off the wall.
I personally couldn't get into it, so yeah, I'm a hard pass on.
I'm seeing
Monster.
a lot of head shakes, so I'm guessing I'm the only one in the room that really liked Monster.
I didn't see it.
I think it's because you're the monster.
I probably am.
When I see a title that says Monster, I want monsters. I want Frankenstein. I want, like, or not Frankenstein, but Frankenstein's monster. The thing of, that kind of stuff.
The first one that interested me. It was the one with they're not Nazis. It's the parallel universe thing.
Oh!
Even though it was fucking weird, that grabbed my interest.
The one with, like, the little girl that was a reincarnated, like, Nazi person, and they're flying around in those things?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
That was weird. I didn't like that.
It was weird, but I thought the animation was excellent, and the story, while incredibly jacked up, wasn't bad.
So I enjoyed it because it was, like, really messed up. It was really, like, hardcore messed up. And the animation was incredible, but I just couldn't dig that friggin' little girl. Was great.
She reminded me of a trash panda.
Wasn't like the whole thing with that one? The girl was like God or something.
Nah, she was like a reincarnated friggin' Nazi from whatever ago.
No, her goal was to kill God.
Okay, yeah. Poor Bloody.
Oh yeah, God. Yeah, God suggested... Actually, no, wasn't that Damok who suggested that?
I think God had suggested it, and Damok was all for it.
Maybe that was it. When did we watch Darker Than Black?
I'm not sure of that either.
Darker Than Black was the one with the guy in the trench coat, right? Followed by the cat?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, I want to make sure, because I've seen most of that before, or at least part of it.
Yeah, and Blue was a little upset because for like a third time he never got to finish it. So it's like,
wait a minute, you're saying that Blue didn't get to finish?
Yeah, Blue didn't get to finish for a third time.
And I want to deviate from our subject here for a second. Where the frig is Blue?
Yeah, I've been asking that for a while. I mean, for a moment there, I thought I was going to end up forgetting who he was. See him.
Who are we talking about? Who's this Blue individual?
The guy, the guy who lies to us all the time. He says he's a blue shark.
I haven't seen any sharks recently.
And that he's 45.
Maybe he's in the next Sharknado.
Oh my God. We have to find somebody to draw that. I'm dead serious. We have to find somebody who's going to draw a blue shark with a bunch of 45s rolling around him in a Sharknado. All the sharks have to be blue. That bastard. Well, I hope he comes back. Anyway, so what was after, what was that one with the guy who was stuck in the MMO?
Overlord.
Dude, that one I loved.
I didn't watch it on
Overlord.
Anime Nights with you guys, but I have seen Overlord, and I really do dig it.
Hamtaro is great.
Dude, when he reprograms...
Ainz Al Ghul or something like that.
When he reprograms the avatar there, or the chick there, to, like, fall in love with him, and then he forgets, like, how to unprogram her, and he leaves her that way, and she's all... like trying to have his babies and stuff. Holy crap. I never laughed so hard as I laughed at that.
But he's a Lich King, so I don't think he's got anything to use.
Shut up. He could give her a bone.
He's just got to stick in there like a femur or something.
Big
Mandingo.
bone, baby.
The Lich.
Hey, if you think about it this way, he's got a couple bones to spare, so... Then we watched, what was that Gundam one? It wasn't the main Gundam series.
08.
08.
08 MS Team.
To be perfectly honest, I was not paying as much attention to that one as I should have been. I think I was deep into one class, and I think I was really, really not paying attention. What the hell was that one about?
It was basically about how like the Gundams were like super war tools, and they wanted to change the whole like scene. And no Gundams were made. And then the military's secret Gundam program came and started fuck shit up. And they had to resort to the relics of war or some shit like that.
You know, the Gundam series I actually really liked. Was the Gundam Wing series. And then the movie Endless Waltz.
I haven't seen the movie. Why the hell haven't you suggested that for friggin' Anime Night?
Because I'm a douche and haven't shown up for Anime Night?
No, seriously, the movie's pretty self-contained.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Yeah. We gotta watch the movie.
It's pretty solid, dude.
And if you want like a self-contained, like a completing series, like a short series, Basilisk is also a good one. Or Samurai Champloo.
Dude, seriously.
Which article, actually, I think is the one that introduced me to that one.
Like,
Samurai Champloo.
Oh, yeah. That was a pretty dope anime. Like, the storyline is like, whatever. It's a little... I don't know, just kind of boring, but the animation is fantastic. Holy shit.
So, I mean, kind of on topic, but off topic. Have you guys seen the Dead Space animes that they made?
No, I didn't.
Yes.
Dude, like, it just reminded me because I was playing Dead Space 3, like for the past month and a half. Those Dead Space 3 animes, in story-wise, they really are awesome.
Yeah, I like how they covered the dig site and then bringing the monolith up and everything. That was great.
Oh yeah, when they like that first one where they're talking about like basically what happened to the Ishimura before you got there and how the marker really started affecting their psyche. Man, I never would have thought let's take Dead Space and make it an anime, but it really was a perfect application of anime to tell a story.
Right, and like how they go through it of, oh, hey, let's get our distress beacon going. We got to get help here. And then it turns into, we got to turn off the distress beacon. We're not going to spread this. We got to turn it off, and they can't turn off the beacon.
Yeah, they're like, this is fucked. We got to stop getting people here because this is really bad. Let's turn it off. Nope, don't turn it off.
Sounds like something I do. Yeah, party time. Yeah, let's get some more people over here.
Yeah, but the thing is, we'd be sitting there. Okay, so this is how this would turn out. There would be a zombie apocalypse. We'd all be sitting there chilling out going, oh man, we got to fight off these zombies. D would be there. He'd already be bit. He'd already be a zombie. We just wouldn't know. He'd be sitting there chilling out with us. We'd be like, D, why aren't you helping? I'm kind of lazy right now. All of a sudden, somebody turn over, dude, you don't got a pulse. Oh yeah, I was bitten like a week ago. You didn't tell us? Well, I mean, kind of itched a little, but I wasn't really bothered.
Yeah, I'd be the one just chilling.
Then you see 3, like, people that are in the room, their eyes turn glossy white, and we're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, because I do tend to nibble and bite once in a while.
It's like, D, have you been gnawing on people? Come on, man.
Not supposed to spread that shit. Sorry.
All right, we ended up... Oh, go ahead. What's up?
Mr. Stubbs.
Yeah, the old Xbox game. Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
They built you're like a zombie. They built it around the Halo engine, and you're just like a zombie, but you can like detach certain body parts. Like your hand can go on a journey to like possess people, or you can
Wasn't that the zombie that was a detective?
I don't something like he was wearing that kind of outfit.
Yeah,
that made him look like it. But I can't remember there being any detective points of the game really. Yeah, it was really just like it was a game. It was a weird game in the sense that like it put you on the side of the zombie, right? And now you're like running around creating hordes of zombies, and you're like thinking like, yes, I have to do this. This is the right thing to do, which is ironic because no. But yeah, it was a pretty cool game.
Yeah, one of the cool games with the undead that article actually introduced me to was Mr. Bones on the Sega Saturn.
Oh my god, that's an old game.
Mr. Bones is dope. That game is still like it gets not awards per se, but like noticeable mentions.
It's rare and collectible. It's shooting up in price too.
In reality, it wasn't a very good game because it was very confusing, and a lot of times you just didn't know what the fuck to do. But the musical elements of the game are awesome. Like it's just very, very good.
Yeah, and something else that was pretty awesome from our anime night that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed this series, and that was 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh, dude, yeah, the one on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Season 2 came out like a month ago? 2 months ago?
Something like that. But the Season 2 part is a little weird, and then when you get into that very short, like, I think it was 3 episode... sort of a prequel-ish, like flashbacky season 3. It just got okay. You're milking the cow a little too hard.
One of these anime nights, I think I'm gonna have to stream because I still have the DVDs. I'm gonna have to stream Rasafon.
Actually, we don't stream. We actually go to animefreaks.tv or animefreak.tv. So almost everything's right up there. We don't have to stream it through like Rabbit or anything. I mean, we do stream it through Rabbit, but we go to that website and stream it through that.
Ooh. Look to see if they have Rasafon.
Absolutely.
That was fantastic. Back in the day.
Then then after Seven Deadly Sins, you guys did Overlord Season 2.
Which you know what? Like, Overlord Season 2, I did not dig it nearly as much as Season 1. Because
I concur.
In Season 2, he was, like, already deep in. He's, like, forgot about his real life. He's just balls deep into being this Lich King. In the first one, he's like, well, I'm really not supposed to be here. I'm kind of fucked up. It's weird, but I'm going to hang out.
Right. And then that was the last one that I remember Blue doing before I picked it up. I don't remember what I actually picked it up on, though. Was it Miraniki or...
Okay, to be perfectly honest, was Miraniki the one with the schoolgirls? And because I think Blue was streaming that still. I think he may have picked up mid-season on that.
Yeah, it was Miraniki that I picked up mid-season on. Which I liked Miraniki. It was about that kid and the other people. They were like in the competition of the future diary thing to become God and make the new world or save the world they were in.
Oh, what was the one? No, was that Miraniki? I thought Miraniki was the one where there was like there was a bunch of schoolgirls and it was that one guy who joined in the school like way later.
Oh, no, that wasn't Miraniki.
Which one was that?
I have no idea what that was.
Oh, I have a recommendation for a really weird one for you guys. And it's one that I had to go high and low to find. When the wife wanted me to find it, was Paranoia Agent. It's actually a wicked good one, but it is pretty bizarre.
You know what I'd love to see an anime of? And it might already be out there, and I'm just being an idiot, but Parasite Eve.
Yes, absolutely. That'd be great. I'd like to see a Parasite Eve anime.
I think that would be like in the perfect vein for being an anime.
All right. In that nature, what were your thoughts of Goblin Slayer?
To be perfectly honest, I didn't pay attention to Goblin Slayer. I'm a horrible human being on that too. Because Goblin Slayer looked like it looked like it was going to be incredible, but I'm pretty confident that I was writing papers then. What do you got, Shadow?
I know this is going to be a surprise to you since I've been vacant from Anime Night for, 3 months now?
Yeah, we hate you.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I've been dealing with life events, but I've actually spent
masturbating.
A lot of masturbating. But I started watching an
Creaming
anime this
that
week.
ring.
A good old classic, Outlaw Star!
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I love
that
you,
is a
buddy.
good one.
I love you.
We might have to get that one kicking through on the Anime Night.
Yes, absolutely.
Lucky me on this. My buddy who I'm borrowing it from is missing episode 10, which is actually one of my favorite episodes. So, let me Google this real quick. Adult Swim streaming. Most of their videos were locked to, having a paid account. But episode 10 was fully available, and I was like, yes! Score.
One thing, though. After you get by season 2, the episodes are a little bit out of order because, that's just how who was it? Bandai burned all the seasons.
Well, I've seen the entire series a couple times. I'm just rewatching it for fun.
Yeah, but it's still I think it's funny that the seasons are out of order when they put them to disc.
Well, I think what did we go into after Goblin Slayer?
We watched the movie Your Name.
Oh my God, was I there for that? Because I don't remember that at all.
You were for some, but you were doing classwork. You were in and out.
Okay.
Your Name was there were these two people, they bumped into each other, and it's the whole threads of fate kind of thing. They were destined to be together, but also something happened to where they couldn't be together.
Yes. I remember.
Something was
part of
the
that.
girl's town. Yep, the girl's town got blown up by a meteor.
But to say Cecil's presence on anime night is a lie.
Now, I'm there. I'm like half watching and half doing schoolwork, but I remember that, and I remembered I wanted to go back and rewatch that because I missed it. Okay, so here's my question. When the hell did we watch Initial D? Because I know we watched Initial D in there.
Initial D was the earlier days.
Okay, because I remember we watched that. I remember that vividly.
Yes, and Blue Shark remembers it also, as well as around that time you guys watched My Neighbor Totoro.
All right. And the current one we're watching is what?
Fighting Spirit.
And it happens to be one of my favorite animes, like, ever. And it's not because it's, like, off the wall or anything. It's totally, like, mundane. It's about a boxer. It's about a dude who's a fisher. And he becomes a boxer because he wants to box. And he just, like, works really hard and makes it all the way up there.
Another good fighting anime is Grappler Baki.
Grappler Baki? I don't know that one.
Baki.
Baki is alright, but for myself, my personal favorite out of the like fighting series is Kenichi, the world's greatest disciple.
I've heard of that.
So here's a question. Out of all the ones you've watched on Anime Night, what's your favorite one so far?
So far, I'd probably say it's a toss-up between Overlord and Miraniki.
All right. That's respectable. What about you, Shadow?
We've gotten into some really weird ones, but even though I didn't see the vast majority of Darker Than Black, I actually really enjoyed the episodes I did see. But I still gotta chime in for 08 MS Team. The reason I like that series over a lot of the classic Gundams is because they focused on squad tactics, and it didn't feel like fighting between like these super powered things where it just goes on forever and ever. They were short, quick fights where someone got wrecked and you got to see that damage up close and personal.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there. That was really fun to watch. I was going to say, D, I know you haven't been there for too many anime nights, but did you have a favorite one of the ones we watched?
Out of the ones you watched that I know of, Overlord.
Yeah, Overlord's such a great one.
I really dig it. And then in the season 2, when he kind of forgets about the whole, he's all confused. How did he end up stuck in this game world or whatever? When he starts just being like a sinister ass lich lord. I kind of dig that.
Article, I know you haven't been there for any of our anime nights, but out of all the ones we've talked about that have been on there, does anyone like stand out to you as like, yeah, that's the one that's awesome?
I haven't seen, I think, any of them.
Man,
I know of the Grappler Baki. I don't know how I saw that, but I saw like the screenshot of it or something at one point. So I know that.
Man, you got to join us on Anime Night, man.
Sounds to me like you guys watch a bunch of terrible anime. That's what it sounds like.
Dude, they're actually, like, so, okay, so full disclosure, I haven't liked probably close to half of them. I haven't really enjoyed watching them. However, I've watched them and I've enjoyed parts of them.
Did anybody else hear that, or was it just me that went out?
No, that was me.
No, we all heard it.
No, that was totally me. So I've always, out of all the ones that we have here, my personal favorite for a long, long time has been the Fighting Spirit, and I've been like begging to get that on Anime Night for the longest time, and we finally got it on now. But to be perfectly honest, out of all those that we've had, it would definitely be a toss-up between Monster and Overlord, Season 1. Man, Monster is, while it's long and drawn out, it is great. It makes you think. It really, like, gets your brain moving. And Overlord is just fun. It reminds me of playing, like, that D&D game where you're just super overpowered and you're wrecking house. And there's Zyber shaking a bag of dice.
Bag, or do you mean sack of dice?
It's a big old
Jesus.
It's a big old sack of dice.
Well, I'm definitely willing to take recommendations. I haven't really been into anime in a long time. I've kind of lost my taste for it because I've seen, out of all the animes I have seen, I even of that group that I've tried to be selective about, like even like 90% of that I haven't liked. Like most anime, in my opinion, is garbage.
Well,
it's just kind of the way it is.
You should join us when we start up a new anime on each anime night. Just check it out, see what you dig of it. Watch, because we usually watch about 3 or 4 episodes.
If it's ever an anime where like somebody has one of those like ridiculously overreactions when like a cute girl walks into the room and their eyes go all squinty and then they fucking like shake and there's this little cherub that appears above them to say something stupid. Like when that shit happens, I shut it off. I'm like, get that shit out of my face. I don't want it. Like, it's just, to me, it's like, it's more cringy than anything else. And it just screams like infantilism. And I'm just like, I don't want to see this shit. Like,
well, the positive part is most of the animes we've watched have not been like that.
No, I'm willing to believe that. But I'm just saying, like, every time I do, like, I see an anime, people are like, oh, this is so good. And then that shit happens in it, like, every 10 minutes. I'm like, oh. Like, what has happened to people's judgment? Like,
I think the overreaction stuff, kind of the over exaggerated, emotions, I think is kind of a quirk of, the Japanese, because they're so reserved, but then they add in all that extra, like, extreme. It's like, it's almost like vein bulging. It's like, oh my god, I'm trying to look so good. I mean, it's like, you should be turning beet red from the strain.
Right. I think that's probably, like, if anything, maybe a knee-jerk reaction or a counterculture that has developed in Japan to that kind of, like, old stick-in-the-mud way of being.
Yeah, because they're all so reserved. Like, in person, they're just so...
But if that were true... one would think that would also follow over into like the youth's actions becoming more like outlandish, right? Them like rebelling more and doing the sorts of things that their parents would. But the fertility rate of Japan has dropped like a fucking rock.
Well, they've tied that to issues due to radiation.
Well, they're. I mean, I think it's a cultural issue. Honestly, they're like basically turning into human versions of pandas. They don't even want to fuck each other anymore.
They're so busy with their careers. I heard a lot has to do with the career stuff, that they're so focused on careers that there's nothing else.
They might be really better at practicing safe sex too, for all I know. There are so many factors involved in.
You know what's good for safe sex? Questions. We got a lot of questions that will help you abstain from sex.
We got to crack into some questions here, and I hate to cut us off because I love anime, and it's like a weird love, but I love anime. But we got to crack into some of these questions because we unbanned Damok, and all of a sudden Damok started flooding us with questions. I think he's been saving these up like a dude who hasn't gotten laid in 6 months, and just all of a sudden it just all comes out at once.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, like he's Superman with Lois Lane. He just blew the back of our head off. So let's start in the first questions that I forgot last episode. So
bad, Cecil.
Zyber asked a few questions. We're going to crack into these. First question is, do you think we will see Nintendo bundles on Humble now that we have a market there? God, I hope I speak for all of us, and I say I hope so, because now that Humble Bundle is selling Nintendo Switch games on the Humble store, I'm going to be going there for all of my Nintendo Switch games, like hands down, going there. Because I want to support charity, and that they're doing it, I think, is friggin' amazing. And I hope to see more, PS4 and Xbox games throughout there as well.
I love Nintendo, but they are fairly protectionist, so I don't expect it.
But that they're selling them on the store, I think we might be able to see something. Maybe a lot of the indie games, because I've seen a lot of indie games throw out on Nintendo.
And they have started to get in the mobile thing, so I think Nintendo's starting to kind of branch out of its shell, like a shy turtle finally starting to
accept the internet.
Yeah, poke its head out.
I was thinking like a shy turtle, greeting somebody as they start to snorkel.
That's nice. Me on that question that I asked, I'm hopeful. I am very hopeful. That's why I asked it. So obviously, I'm on that boat of, hey, Nintendo, please set up deals with our partners over at Humble Bundle and make a Nintendo bundle. Show them that you care.
Dude,
show
them that you like children by wanting to do one of these bundles and support charities.
I'm pretty sure Nintendo does. I'm pretty sure they don't like children, considering their population is tanking.
Well, I don't even have a Switch. My daughter has a Switch, and I don't get to touch it because it's hers. But if I saw a Nintendo bundle, I would buy it simply on principle, just so I could give those games to my daughter.
Yeah, Nintendo. The thing I really like about Nintendo is just their overall attention to gameplay is fantastic. Like every other first party kind of like, Sony or Microsoft or whatever, they have really gone to bat for quite some stinkers. But if it's, generally speaking, it's Nintendo first party kind of title, you can expect it to be fun.
Oh yeah, the Mario parties, the Metroids, all that stuff, man.
I actually am of the minority here, I think, perhaps, but I think Mario Party is horseshit. That is not a party. That is like, it's as boring as playing Monopoly, but it's on a screen.
All right, speaking of horseshit and, that thing of the sort, my next question is, what's a game you have played in the last 3 months that you have just given up on, i.e., very poorly executed assets to mechanics?
I think I complained about that one of the last times we were on. There's this game called, two games actually. One is called Kingdom 2 Crowns.
You talked about another one last episode.
It was probably the same one. Kingdom 2 Crowns is like you just walk around collecting coins.
No, the other one you talked about was that top-down one that you just walk so slow.
Yeah, below. Oh my god.
Yep.
It's rough. Like, I'm not kidding. The pace in it is like there are people that are currently wandering through a desert in search of water going at a faster click.
As if it's so slow, a stoner got impatient. That's awful.
Like, people could smoke a bowl and fucking build a monument to, I don't even know, stupidity in Minecraft, right? And it's like mind-numbingly boring to do that. But people will set out, and I couldn't play below for like 5 minutes. It took me like 45 seconds to walk from one corner of the screen to the dungeon across it. And I'm not joking, man. I mean, the pace is brutally slow. It's just... ugh. I don't even know if the rest of the game is good or not. I didn't get to it.
What about you, D? What's the game that you gave up on?
Well, there hasn't been any in recent times that were bad that I gave up on, but I have gotten stuck and stopped playing for a little bit.
Okay, what was it?
One being Labyrinth of Refrain. I got stuck in a spot where I'm just not sure where to go. I'm sure I'm missing something to get to the next area, but there's nothing to drive the storyline further, and I'm just kind of wandering around, and I'm like, I've like opened up everything I can find and walked around all the dungeons I can find, and I'm like, missed something because I don't know where the fuck to go.
All right.
So I kind of put it to the side for a minute, just because, and it's probably just me sucking at games, but I'm kind of confused.
All right, what about you, Zyber?
That would be the duck game. The duck game is fucking horrendous. You go around this little area and you hop on these arcade machines that load you into sort of task run-throughs. You're timed and all this other shit, but the mechanics are so fucking horrible. It to me isn't playable. It's horrendous.
So I've got 2 games, and the first game, and I'm sorry, I'm really drunk right now. The first game is from a while ago. It's called Run Like Hell. I loved that game, but I had to stop playing it. And I loved the game because the soundtrack is literally the entire first album of Breaking Benjamin's Saturate. Like,
so you wanted to love it.
I wanted to love
like
it, but man, the controls were so broken in it that I took a huge hiatus, and I got back into it like a year later and finally finished it. But it was so bad. But the most recent game that I can actually cognitively think of that was so bad, and there's so many people that love it, and I feel bad for not liking it, is the game Rust. I want to love that game.
It's considered a real like artistic masterpiece, but I just didn't get into it.
I would much prefer somebody wrapping their cock in barbed wire and just fucking my face with it than playing that game again, because it was so, like, I heard so many good things about it, and I was like, yes,
all right,
I'm
Cecil,
totally getting it. I'm going to play this.
You can get that effect. All you have to do is...
Oh, now.
Right now.
Actually,
right now, just do that.
Right now, anybody shoves their penis in my mouth, and it's like it's wrapped in barbed wire, because it's just scraping the inside of the cheeks.
Just call him Negan.
Yeah, I'm getting Lucille right to the face. Man, call me Glenn. Don't call me Negan. Fucking hamburger. Yeah, Rust was just that way. I was so excited. I actually paid full price for Rust, too, which makes me even more pissed that I didn't like it.
Wasted dollars.
And you know what, dude? It's been... Let's see here. Let's see. So I purchased it in 2015. I've got 59 minutes played in it. That's it. All right, next question. Oh, shit. I heard just for fun. Just for fun, kid. Just for fun. Is there kids game, ECEU E10, that you really enjoy even more than some teen, mature, adult, RP, rating pending games? Okay. So is there a kids game that you enjoy more than some of the adult games? So things that are geared more towards kids than adults.
Yeah, easy. Like, we talked a lot about, I think, like River City Ransom. We've mentioned that before. It was a great game. I would prefer to play that co-op, like to most other games out there, even to this day. But yeah, the Mario, the Super Mario Brothers. I remember when D and I played that. That was a blast. Like, yeah, they're gameplay. I think gameplay matters a lot more than do visuals and aesthetic.
And also maturity level on it. So what about you, Shadow? What's your...
Pokemon.
Yeah, actually, dude, fucking right, man. Pokemon.
Yes, absolutely.
Dude, I will play a Pokemon game all day friggin' long.
Pokemon.
I haven't yet, but I hear they're good.
Dude, they're stupid addictive.
Yeah.
What do you got, D?
A game on the Wii called Dewey. It's just like you're this little like magical dewdrop that, there's a lot of pollution and you're trying to like kind of restore the forest. And you move around like the level trying to clean it up, but instead of controlling the character, you kind of have to, control like the angle of the level to make him slide in the right directions. It's actually stupid fun.
What about you, Zyberblood?
Definitely I'd play a Pokemon game, hands down. But what was the game? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy.
Fuck yeah. Damn straight.
Yeah.
I hear for an article, I hear Four Swords is fantastic.
The game is good.
Yeah. Have you gotten the Master Sword yet?
No.
Well, way to dig that friggin' one back. Jesus.
What a dick. What a fucking dick.
It's just not subtle enough, Like, I just... The Legend of the Four Swords is just that to me still. A legend.
See, D's tactic was the tactic of the guy that runs into an all-women's department store with his dick out saying, hey, look at this, then runs
nice
out.
lady!
All right, so this question...
Sorry, I'm not a schemer.
This question I actually thought about a lot because I've had time to read it since it's been sitting there for a while. There are so many fucking games that are teen or kids or whatever that I dig way more than the adult games that are supposed to be out there. To name a few, Metroid.
Oh, I was just going to say that.
Dude, Metroid is fucking incredible. Like,
Super Metroid's hands down, I think, one of the greatest games of all time.
Super Metroid still tops my list on greatest games ever made.
It's still up there for me, too. It's a good fucking game.
Dude, simply because of the nostalgia of going back to the original world that you did in Metroid, and the way that it was like you were archaeologically uncovering everything that was fucking there. Dude, that game still, to this day, is one of my top games. Other kid games that are great, Super Mario Land. That game is stupid fun. Like, just, it took Super Mario and really made it into something more.
Now, when you talk about that, because are you talking about Super Mario Land, like, on the Game Boy, or are you talking about Super Mario World on the SNES?
Super Mario World on the SNES. What do you got, Zyber? You got something?
I gotta also throw in Spyro and Skylanders. I absolutely love, for most recent Skylanders, and I want to pick up the Spyro that's coming out this year.
Dude,
oh my god, we still have like 100 figures from
Dude, the Skylanders game, that was like a money maker for them, because those figures, they brought collectibles to a friggin' game that you could level up and you could bring to somebody. Dude,
it kicked it off.
It was amazing. It was absolutely
That's
amazing.
What kicked off this whole amiibo and everything else, gave everybody else the ideas. It's kicked off this whole collectible add in the game thing.
But the last game I want to mention, because I know we still got a lot more questions to go through, that tops the charts when it comes to kids games or everyone games or teen games, Kingdom Hearts.
That's a phenomenal series.
Dude.
And I am just waiting. The 29th, number 3, I got the whole Super Collector's Edition that I'm waiting for.
D, that's going to be my birthday present, right? Because my birthday's on the 29th. That's my birthday present, right?
D, send it to me.
Sorry, dude. I'm keeping that one. The wife made me order that.
Dude, Kingdom Hearts, like, it's totally a teeny game. It's got mild violence in it, but anybody could play that game. It's so much fun.
Let's face it, the game has less violence than a typical Disney movie.
Yeah, it actually does. It actually does. All right. Next question. Laugh out loud. Drink, bitch. That's a question, but I don't think that was supposed to be there. All right, let's move on to Damok's question, since those were all Cyberbloods. All right, first Damok question. On an average day, how many pigeons do you think you could reasonably carry?
2. I could carry 2.
What I want to know is how many pigeons can carry me.
No,
that's what I
guess I need a clarifying question on this. Are those pigeons alive or dead?
I'm saying dead.
It does make a big difference on how many I could carry. Like dead ones?
I'm carrying 2 dead pigeons.
Yeah, I could carry, I could probably carry 50 dead ones versus I would have trouble carrying 2 live ones. They would probably end up being dead for me carrying them.
You know what, Article, if it wasn't for our grandfather being passed on, we probably could have asked him about pigeons.
Yeah, he probably would have had the knowledge.
Yeah, he used to raise pigeons.
Well,
as someone who's recently been attacked by a very small bird, I'm not carrying any fucking pigeons.
What'd you do to piss off the small birds, dude?
Sammy is a dick. Like, when I first met Sammy, he was great.
It's Mr. Fig Syndrome.
And then
Mr. Figs was sadistic.
Once he got older, suddenly he's just turned into an asshole that wants to attack our faces every time we go to visit. But goddamn, he's a beautiful fucking bird.
This is why I don't trust birds as pets.
Well, we lived with Mr. Figs, and that you could not trust that little SOB ever.
Yeah, that little fucker stared at me and said, "Lick my left nut," and then never said it again.
And the only time he ever let you pet him and was nice to you is because he was busy shitting all over you as you were distracted.
Yep.
Yeah, there were moments that bird was decent.
It usually involves defecation.
He just was decent enough so you didn't murder him.
But, like, the cockatiel...
Skeeter?
Yeah, Skeeter. He was the angriest little SOB.
He was so sweet when he was young, though. So sweet.
Yeah, but then I got Mr. Figs, who was a dick to him 24/7.
Yeah, fucking tormented the shit. And then, like, the worst part is they're so damn loud. Like, just screeching. No, thanks. No. Get the fuck out of my house. I'll hit you with a fucking tennis racket, you fucking rat with wings.
All right, next question. What are you proud of, but never have an excuse to talk about?
My fleshlight. I'm very proud of it.
Nah, come on, man. That's fucking lame.
I really don't have anything. Other than my camera. I'm really proud of my camera. It's helped me get a little money on the side.
Well, that qualifies. You never get a chance to talk about your fucking camera. What about you, D?
I've got a nice collection of Star Wars figures going on, and now some of the vehicles. I've got the Darth Vader's, like, TIE Fighter up there, and I've got a whole shitload of the original Star Wars figures.
That's something to be proud of.
Godzilla?
I still have Darth Vader, the card.
Oh, yeah, from the card game. Well, I could one-up everybody. You know what I still have? And this is probably a collectible now, from 1984 when I was 3 years old. Fucking Gizmo!
Dude, is that the same Gizmo that you threw in the car with me when I blew my hands off?
Yes! It was still at my parents' house. I now have it here. And it still squeaks! Fucking thing is almost as old as me.
How about the one that I gave to you, Cecil? Does that one still squeak?
I'm going to be honest with you here. I don't fucking know where that thing is. I think I might have got terrified and, dropped it off a cliff or something, man.
So, I got a box, like it's an old card box, but there's barely any cards in it, and it's basically a physical memento of, like, almost every event of my life through high school.
That's actually pretty cool.
We're talking, there's a few more things added, like hotel key cards, movie tickets, pictures, silver dollars, things that I
Maybe you
made
should
in high
kind of
school.
do the whole scrapbooking thing with those. Because I know a lot of people get into the scrapbooking to kind of put that in a big momentum book.
So a lot of it is 3-dimensional, like you can't put it in there. Like, so when I was working at the movie theater, pens were our lifeblood. I still have 2 pens from when I worked at the movie theater. It's stuff like that.
That's actually pretty cool, man. That's really cool. What about you, Arco? Did you say anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at rapping, which a lot of people don't suspect. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I have a lot of dumb people skills, I guess. Like, I'm also pretty athletic. Like, I'm generally good at every sport I play or whatever. But I really like rapping. It's so much fun to just talk shit. It's just good.
Yeah, man, that's a really tough question for me because, like, I'm an open book. Anybody can ask me anything, and I'll just talk about it ad nauseum.
Like his 2-inch wiener.
Yeah, like, seriously, I can bang a Cheerio and not bang out the walls on it. I'm fully happy about telling about that because I got a kid, so it works. It's functional. It does what it needs to do.
His wife is scowling in the background.
Yeah, she is. Honestly, I gotta say, I've got the thing that I don't get to talk about too much is I'm a story writer. I've actually got a story that I've been working on for longer than Brian from Family Guy. But
Is it better than Brian's works? Because I always hear the rest of them trashing his stories.
Well, I hope so. It's I've actually got a bunch of artwork that I've used as storyboards, and I've got it all surrounding me. And I'm actually pretty proud with how much I've gotten of it because, I mean, I work on it here and there. For the past few years, I've been deep into school, so I haven't worked on it a lot. But
Are you going to try to one of these days load it up into Amazon and actually sell it like an electronic book?
I probably should. I really should.
You should.
I really should because I've probably got about 4 books worth of material that I've jotted down from it.
I'm just hoping and praying that you actually typed it and didn't try to write that.
Oh
shit.
God, no! It's all typed. It's all typed, and it's backed up in about 15 different places, including a small drive I carry around with me everywhere I go. But I'm pretty proud of how far I've gotten with it and the evolution of the story because I started writing it when I was probably like 17 or 18, and I started writing some of it. And I've just kind of added onto it continuously as I go. And I'm actually, I haven't really shared it with anybody, but I'm pretty proud of where I've gotten with it and what it is. Someday I'll probably release it. Alrighty, next question. What do we got from Damok here? What conspiracy theories do you believe? Shit, didn't we do a whole episode about that?
We did.
Yes, we did. We did a whole episode on conspiracy stuff.
Well,
it was the aliens.
You know what? I'm not to say that because this could really turn into like a 2-hour-long conversation
episode in its own.
So I'm going to say, Damok, go listen to the conspiracy theory episode, and that's the conspiracy theories we believe in.
Oh, that was the episode I slept.
Yes, actually, we had to wake you up. So, not to step on anybody on that, but really, that one's a whole episode all on its own. And Damok, screw you, because you always ask those questions that turn into a whole fucking episode. So let's see here. Let's skip on to the next one.
It's right, calf.
All right, you came across an old lady and a baby drowning in a pool. You can only save one. Who do you save and why?
Baby.
Old lady.
Old lady.
I don't.
I can't. Look, I save a baby. I get nothing for it. I save an old lady. At least I can get laid out of it.
Exactly.
At
least I get a chance to At least I get a chance to spread apart the grilled cheese.
Exactly. Pull apart that grilled cheese sandwich, dive right in.
I'd say a baby because they haven't had a chance at life, and they deserve to at least have a chance. But old lady, it's like you had your chance. What do you have, like a week left? Fuck off.
Dude, old lady, she's got inheritance. I might get that because I just saved her life. Come on,
right?
Man.
Exactly.
Unless she's a poor old lady, and then all you get is fucking the smell of old people on you.
I still get a grilled cheese sandwich.
This is the way I think of it. When it comes to a situation in which somebody requires, help or assistance or whatever, you're never like doing nothing is actually an acceptable response. You don't have to put your life in danger, right?
Your dick.
Oh, no, hang on. Now, most of us, if we were actually presented with a situation like this, we're not just going to sit there and stare, and watch them both drown. So there's going to probably be some action taken.
Well, we might videotape it on our phones, being today's generation suck.
Let me stop you there. I'm going to take pictures with my camera that I'm probably carrying and sell it to the news.
That's your prerogative, but my point in saying the baby isn't that I think the old person deserves to die more or anything like that, or that the young person deserves to live more or anything. But in terms of helplessness, right, I consider that child more helpless than that old woman. So I'm going to go to save the child, since the woman should have a better chance at surviving than that infant.
Bitch, you should have learned to swim.
Yeah, see, the way I'm looking at it is that old lady has been around a lot longer, so she's probably got something that I want. Now, that kid, granted, yeah, it's got his whole life ahead of it, but it also doesn't remember shit. So if it drowns and dies, it's not going to remember anything. It's like...
Well, duh, it'll be dead.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, even if it got older and I saved it, it's not like it's going to be 20 years old and be like, hey, dude, I remember when you saved me. That's awesome. It's going to be like, who the hell are you?
I'd feel good about it.
Dude, I feel good about saving the old lady.
I don't. They usually drive like shit and like kill everybody else on the roads.
But again, she might have an inheritance that she breaks me into a wheel
I'm just teasing. I'm just being a dick.
But what if that old lady is the reason why they're now currently both drowning in whatever pool of water that is?
Well, then I would tell Grandma she can't hold my kid anymore.
Stop dropping the
You have to
kid.
save Grandma to tell her that, which means you'd sacrifice the kid in the process.
Well, if it was my kid...
So she couldn't watch her kid anymore. She just drowned.
But if I let her drown, then I couldn't tell her she can't watch my kid anymore.
So aren't we just in a paradox now?
No. Hold on. It's all about, like, okay, if it's your kid and you let it drown and you save Grandma, you got to say, thank you, Grandma. You just saved me college tuition.
That's a good point.
Hey, you know what? Nobody's come up with the additional option. The planet is overpopulated and it's going to cost us all. Kind of like, there's too many deer, they're all going to starve, shoot them. Nobody came up with the options. We should start tossing some more people in said body of water.
That's also a good point. That's just terrible. I'm being
That would just
terrible.
overpopulate that body of water.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden people would survive because there'd be bodies underneath that they'd be stepping on to get out.
I didn't say fill it up. My God. Overzealous here. Hardworking. My goodness.
All right, next question. What can you really talk about for hours? Everyone always says that says hours, but they're done in 10 minutes. What can you really rant about?
Space, NASA. I love science.
All right, that's an easy one. What about you, Zyber?
How much I hate most of the human world.
That's probably a therapy.
Except Nebraska, they're fine now.
What about you, Article?
Yeah, I could ramble on about space for a long time. I have some ideas as to the origins of the universe that I think are pretty incredible.
Quantum physics, too, you could get into.
But I think, I could rant for hours probably about politics, especially as they pertain to logic and philosophy. Both of those things I think are all, for what Cyber said, I think a lot of pent up rage inside of a lot of people actually stem from not being able to understand the philosophical thought processes of other people. And looking into that is kind of helped me calm my own like judgment of them. But yeah, I mean, there's always going to be people that are like, yeah, well, there's just no defense for you. But
they go in the body of water.
yeah, but I think I could talk hours on I think a lot of stupid shit. Just I've like collected a lot of useless knowledge.
Trivial Pursuit, here we come, champs.
Oh yeah, dude, I would fucking destroy. Usually have fucking trivia.
That's right, Jeopardy, you're going down.
Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? Cecil?
My own stupidity, really.
What about me? I don't get to answer the question?
Skip me
No,
too.
So we know how you're going to go in a fiery mess of...
You
hold my
talk
beer.
about like life experiences at length.
I was going to say, I could talk about fucking anything for hours. That's why I'm on a friggin' podcast.
Cecil, he skipped me too. What the fuck?
Yeah, what about Shadow?
Well, you're a pastor.
We expected him to be
Pastor. Come on
asleep.
now.
This is something I could actually
Right.
talk about for hours. I could talk about how I'm being ignored right now for about an hour. How do you think I feel about this? You know what?
Well,
You and me
you're
are gonna
usually
fight-
asleep.
You and me in the parking lot right now. Let's go. Let's go. Also,
I'll hump your leg again.
I choose space as well and cameras.
Oh, God.
Yeah, photography is quite the...
Dude,
I don't know a lot about photography, but I do find
Dude,
it very
Shadow
Can we
interesting.
do an
Go
episode
on.
about space?
Yeah.
Let's do an episode about space.
let's
Yeah.
do it.
The distance between my ears.
All right, now, seriously, though, like, I could talk hours. There's a couple of different topics that I could talk hours about. And these are probably, one topic's pretty obvious, but the other one's maybe not. I could talk hours about video games, but classic video games, like Super Metroid and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I could
yeah.
go on and on about Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy 4 and Final Fantasy 6, like friggin' Seventh Guest.
The first one. I can go on about the first
I
one.
could go on literally for hours about different things that I see in that game and different perceptions. But the other thing that I could talk hours about that most people don't really like look at me and say, "Oh yeah, you're totally a dude who could talk about that," are cars. I really dig cars. And when I say dig cars, I don't mean like, oh, there's this model that had this and this and I'm talking about actually taking apart a car and putting it back together. Like, I really dig deconstructing a vehicle and then putting it all back together. I really, really dig that.
I'm really good at deconstructing anything that Cecil has.
Yeah, like Commodore 64.
And leaving screws everywhere.
That's sitting around my friggin' room that you just take apart and I found screws 3 years later.
Yeah, the point is being able to put it back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm an expert at deconstructionism. It's like an art.
All right, Zyber, what was that next question?
Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
Hold my beer.
Now Celini's going to trip me in my sleep.
I'll answer
Or
that
while
one right
walking
now,
around.
right off the bat. I did, but I'm pretty confident I dodged said bullet.
I concur. I haven't found out that I am terminally ill yet, so I think I dodged that bullet.
By you, article.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be a surprise. And if it is, I won't have known, you know. Like, if I get struck by a car tomorrow or something, right, then I wouldn't have seen it coming, so, oh well. But other than that, I mean, I assume probably old age and or complications, you know, stemming from some kind of health interruption. So...
What about you, Shadow? You got anything?
It's going to be Meow Celini who's going to trip me when I'm going down the stairs.
Yeah, that's a given.
I guarantee it's going to be fucking Meow Celini.
For me, it's probably either going to be my heart or my lungs. Most likely my lungs.
Yes, so there's...
And they're both little
And
dictators.
one is called Kittler, and the other is Meowsolini.
Yep.
Yep.
I will bring Meow Celini down in just a second so you can see him.
We need to hurry. We need to hurry up and figure. We need to hurry up and figure out who's going to be the next, you know, for the end times, the last Antichrist, so he can get another cat.
Yeah, he does need another cat.
We need Stalin or Lenin, right?
Well, I don't think they were the Antichrist. I think we're supposed to still have, like, according to Nostradamus, one more Antichrist. So, come on, reveal yourself so he can get another cat.
Okay, so, next question. If you were to die this evening, no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? And then the ancillary question to that, why haven't you told them?
The kids are home alone, and I haven't told anybody because I'm dead.
That's logical.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good worry.
The wife's assuming everything's okay.
That's a legitimate regret. Hey, the kids are home alone and I'm dead in the game room. Oops.
There's a corpse with the kids.
It's Weekend at Bernie's, only it's 2 small children.
That'll probably be all right.
What about you, Article? Anything?
Oh, I mean, yeah, so much shit. Deciding on one thing for that question is crazy. There's that fascist kitty.
He looks like a fascist, too.
I'm trying to think what would be the biggest regret.
Other than Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, I think leftover Taco Tuesday on Wednesday night is probably worse. Yeah, I don't know, man. Pass for now. I got no answer.
What about you, Zyber? Anything?
Nothing that I want to talk about.
Yeah, that's probably closer to mine.
No, dude. You know what? That's a really hard-hitting question. That's a tough one to answer. What about you, Shadow? You got anything?
I missed the question, but do you want to see what I taught Meowsalini?
Oh, God. Is it Boop?
Yeah, it's the snoot boop. So he doesn't like being held, but we
Gay.
taught him that he can't leave until he gives you a snoot to snoot boop. It's adorable. Yasa, snoot.
And he's like, I'm leaving this door.
Yeah, the second he gets it, he runs off. He knows he's allowed to leave.
He's like, I'm free from this.
So to answer that question myself, I'm pretty open about what I say to people and when I say it, and I don't think there's a single regret that I would have that I would not have said to somebody, because if I love you, I've told you I love you. If I don't like you, I've told you I don't like you. So like
That reminds me, I should probably tell Shinzu of the antidote. Anyways, keep on.
Oh yeah, good point. You probably should tell him before you die.
Yeah.
So like, there's really nothing that. Like, you know, I've told my wife, I told my child how much I love them. I tell them every day. There's no possible way that I've forgotten to do that. I've told my family, I've told my friends how much I care for them. You know, if somebody doesn't realize that I do, then I probably don't. But, you know, or it's on the other end of, I've probably told them enough that if they don't get it by now, then they're just thick. So, you know, that's an easy question for me because there's nothing that I regret. There's nothing that I haven't told somebody that I would have already told them.
Does Congress have a number? Ring, ring, ring.
I mean, if we're going that
you're all
route, I
dicks.
regret that I haven't told like every president that they suck.
Necromancy. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
let
Lincoln,
me bring,
just because you suck.
let me bring some.
Yeah, I'm
let
just
me
a dick.
bring some politicians back and kick them in the nuts. You know, just to do that. Like that, I'll regret that.
Andrew Jackson will fuck your day. He was considered like literally psychotic. Don't fuck with that man.
Nuts.
He was certifiable. He's the reason we don't allow presidents to do duels anymore.
All right, so next question from Zyber. In the world of action-adventure strategy games, what would you recommend? Ooh.
Usually you got action-adventure, but action-adventure strategy.
Oh, I already got one right off the top of the head. All right, so I'm going to answer this one right off the bat. I am going to go with ActRaiser. That fucking game is incredible. It's got action, it's got adventure, and it's got strategy. That game tops the list for me.
I have that one, and I've got the second one in the box.
The second one wasn't nearly as good as the first one, in my opinion.
Oh, no, nowhere near. I love the first one. Action adventure strategy. That was a good one for that. That's like the combination. That's like the combination right there.
Would Ninja Gaiden count? More the remake for the original Xbox, that 3-dimensional one.
I never played it.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is something that's action adventure that incorporates the strategy aspect, be it in a puzzle or you have to specifically do an area in a certain manner or a certain strategy to get by an area.
Bomberman. You gotta fuck some shit up. You gotta have a good strategy to take out your opponents.
I don't think it's quite an adventure though, considering it's just a one-screen grid.
I'm going to give a second game that I would top on that list, other than Actraiser. I would put Spore down that list as well.
Again, another game I haven't played.
Dude, Spore.
No, I do like Spore. I was actually kind of thinking that. I just had to say bummer, man.
Dude, Spore. If you haven't played Spore, it's on. You can usually get it pretty cheap on Steam. It's stupid fun.
In fact, Cecil, you're the one that actually first introduced me to Spore.
Dude, I was tracking Spore long before anybody knew Spore existed.
You were tracking it before it came out.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm the whole you're the whole reason I fell into Spore.
Yeah, man. And it's such a fun game. Now, like, it's stupid simplistic, don't get me wrong, but it's such a fun freaking game. It's got all elements in it, all the way up to, like, 3X style.
I made some pretty doofy looking creatures.
Oh, yeah. I made
myself,
some things that, like, literally, if anybody saw, they would shoot it in the face because they were like, you should not be alive.
But still, nothing nowhere near as weird as what we find at the bottom of the ocean.
Or New York City sewers.
Yeah, either way.
I have 2 games.
What you got?
For my question, and they're both sandboxy games. Starbound and Stardew Valley.
All right, how the hell are they action, adventure, and strategy? You gotta give me some more info on that.
The strategy part is figuring out what you're going to plant in Stardew Valley. If you do the strategy properly of, like, say, instead of doing carrots, you do turnips, you get more money a lot quicker. Not farming out all your grass. It's a little bit of strategy, in my opinion, right there. And similar in Starbound, you have to strategize your resources in this current build because they're not as abundant like when it was in its earlier betas.
I don't know. I'm going to say that's a loose definition of strategy, but all right, I'm down with it. What about you, Shadow? You got anything on that specific question?
I don't do anything that involves strategy.
Gant.
It's pronounced whatever the fuck you want to call it.
God, that's never going to get old. All right, so next one.
Quint.
007, your martini, shaken or stirred? Come on. That's a fucking easy question. Stirred.
I think I'm going to have to go shaken.
Really?
I've never had a
Shaken?
martini.
I've had some pretty good martinis, man.
Same here, and I'm saying shaken.
Yeah, usually, like, when people stir it, like, it's just not mixed well, and then you get, like, a mouthful of whatever that crap is.
Gin?
Vermouth.
Yeah, vermouth.
Or olive juice?
I know it's in a martini. I just never had one.
Yeah, they're not bad.
It's pretty much just alcohol poured with some more alcohol.
Yeah.
Unless you get to the fruity martinis.
Oh, like an appletini? Dude, I will wreck friggin'.
Yeah.
Dude, I will wreck 15 appletinis right in a row. Just don't ask me to stand
or a
up.
key lime martini.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're delicious.
It's so weird, like, remembering when I was 13 years old, and it was just like, whatever is alcoholic, I will put in my system, to now I'm going, yeah, I really want this to taste good.
Right?
Fuck, we were drinking battery acid, and like, yeah, it's fucking me up. I'm seeing 3 things. All right, next question. Bullet Sponge. Tell me a boss you hate to love because you never seem to have enough ammo, mana, power to defeat them. Wow, that's a tough fucking question.
What was the question again? My bad.
The question was, why did D not listen to us when we were reading the question the first fucking time? No, sorry, it's bullet.
I had to get another beer, fool.
Bullet Sponge.
If I have to tell you twice, you're getting a black eye on each side.
It's the question is.
I'm a trash panda,
The question is
motherfucker.
Bullet Sponge. Tell me a boss you hate to love because you never seem to have enough ammo, mana, power to defeat them.
See Borderlands, the complete collection.
I gotta say, I hate to admit it, but I will admit it. I've only beat Final Fantasy VI maybe 5 times, and it's because I never have a high enough level or mana or ethers or anything to regen by the time I get to Kefka.
Yeah. You gotta get the Atma weapon, man.
That will literally kill him in one hit.
Yeah. Well, it's actually Atma weapon, the offering, and Genji glove. That's the combo that destroys them.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can just throw the Atma weapon at him if you're high enough level.
Yeah.
A little, like the hit marker comes out, but it says too high to count, and he'll die.
Yeah. There's a trick for that, yeah.
Shit, I never knew that. I got to do that now.
I never knew that either. Good thing I'm playing that game right now.
That's why you've only beaten it 5 times.
It works better if you can get a hold of a game G.N.A, right? Because you can plug in a code
to give you dual Atma weapons.
Well, yeah, no, you can plug in a code where like every enemy you win, you just get shitloads of treasure from. So by the end of the game, you have like 47 Atma weapons.
You start throwing Atma weapons at people. Ultimate weapon!
You get an Atma weapon. You get an Atma weapon. Everyone gets an Atma weapon.
Why is this character named Oprah? Let me show you.
Fucking throwing Atma weapons at people. But yeah, it's fucking fun, dude. I used to do that with Final Fantasy 3 all the time. Use that fucking game G.N.A code.
6.
That was that? Were you the one that you were playing? Was that my FF3 that you were using for that? I swear it was. Yeah. Because I remember I went back, I had my save, I was like, oh, sweet, and then I was like, what's this save? 47 fucking Atma weapons. I'm like, what the hell is this
Play
shit?
smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's like one of the first bosses you get to is like at the end of the cave, that weird snail looking thing.
Yeah, that's in the when you have the she's got the crown of like forgetfulness or controlling crown or whatever.
The mist.
Whoa.
Yeah, Soleil.
No, the mist is in Final Fantasy 4. That's a dragon.
Oh yeah. That's right.
No, this is Soleil. You're fighting the snail creature literally, and the because you're looking for an Esper, and you're in the Magitech armor, and the other guys get killed.
I'm pretty sure it's called Welk.
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah.
It's funny because like usually that's not a hard fight, but it's not an easy one either.
No.
Because it is like one of the first fights you get into. But using that game G.N.A code, like all my characters had like scimitars and shit, and so we went into it, and just one hit, he just got sliced into pieces. I was like, all right.
So I got an easy one for that one. That one is it's the fucking Ultima weapon or the Ultima fucking creature in Final Fantasy VI when you're on the floating isle and you find that fucker. I hate that goddamn it. That enemy always wrecks me, and I fucking hate it. And I always got to like stupid grind to level up to get that guy down.
No, I didn't even have a problem with that one. My ones that I had were like the ruby weapon and some of those weapons in Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah.
No, Cecil, hold on. Is that the area where you can either save Shadow and his dog or leave him behind?
Yeah, it's on that floating isle where if you get to the end, you can wait for Shadow, or if you don't wait for Shadow, he ends up being dead. It's the same spot.
I always wait for Shadow.
Actually, the first time I went through, I didn't wait for Shadow. Every other time I went through, I wait for Shadow. The only other one that I could say that would possibly qualify is Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2. That fucker will just take a beating, and no matter what the hell you do, he will just always take a beating.
I recently accomplished that.
Nice. All right, next question.
Whoa! I thought the article had something really good.
Oh, Ganon from the first Legend of Zelda. I could never beat that motherfucker because I could never find the red fucking ring. So I could never see him.
I could see that. All right. Next question, because we got a few more to get through, and we got to try to wrap up. We're way over time. What is your favorite 2D side-scrolling flying shooter? Only one comes to mind. Well, two come to mind for me, but...
I'm saying Darius Twins.
Nice! Darius Twins, fantastic game. Super Nintendo?
Yes.
Nice game. Excellent choice. What about you, Arkle?
I believe it's called Ikaruga.
What's that for?
Oh, 360?
It's like light and dark.
Yeah, is that the one for the 360?
Yeah, it came out during them.
Yeah,
I think it's like all over the place still on like online markets and whatnot, but it's really...
I love that game. It's great. The wife and I used to play that.
Very challenging game.
What about you, D?
I really like Fantasy Zone. Both on the original TurboGrafx 16, it was on the Master System, it was on the Sega Genesis.
Nice.
And I also like, for a little bit newer, I liked on the Xbox 360 with the Kinect, Child of Eden was an excellent shooter. Where you basically control it,
Nice.
It was almost like a Tempest game, but you controlled it with your hands. It was really fantastic.
So I've got two. One is from the Super Nintendo realm, and it's called Gradius 3. That game
Yep,
I
I
friggin'
have it.
loved. It was a side-scrolling shooter,
Excellent.
and I could get through that game. Like, I mastered getting through that game and completing it. The second game is for the Sony PlayStation. It's called Einhander.
Oh, I love that. I used to have that, but it's so expensive
It was
now to
done by
recollect.
Square, I believe. And
Yes, it was. It was done by
It was
Squaresoft.
such an amazing game. It was such an underrated game. It was amazing for a side-scrolling shooter.
And it was German for one-handed.
Yeah, dude, it was just... It was one of those games that when I finally saw it, I didn't pay attention to it for the longest time. When it finally dropped in front of me, I was like, how the hell did I miss this game?
Because I collected those for a while. I had like the entire Squaresoft collection. Was I the one that introduced you
Yes.
to that? Because I had Einhander, I had Energeist.
You
Yeah,
were the person who...
I wish I still
You were the
had
person
it.
who introduced me on Einhander. I actually grabbed a copy of it from you long ago before I bought a copy because I was like, what the hell is
Yeah.
this? I tried it out, man. It was fucking amazing. I spent actually a year and a half trying to track down a copy of that game. That's how good it was.
It was surprisingly well done for a company that doesn't really do shooters. It was very well done.
Amazingly done.
It was kind of what you consider a hidden gem because it just really didn't get hit with popularity, but it was so good. And you could pick a few different ships, and you could also position it. The gun with the arm can go on top, below, and it can move around a little bit.
It really was ahead of its time, in my opinion.
Had some cool mechanics.
All right, next question. If you could if you could intervene during any historic event changing history, what would it be? And don't say kill Hitler. Really think about it. Whew. And Bape,
Kill Goebbels.
what?
Kill Goebbels and Gary.
Who the fuck are they?
They're tied in with Hitler.
Jesus Christ.
But his parents or something.
All right, moving on. Article, what you got?
Oh, I don't. That's a tough question too, because it's like, what kind of power versus what kind of consequences?
Mm-hmm. It's a deep question.
Yeah, I suppose I would have rerouted the comet and put it about 65 million years off course.
So it wrecked us instead of the dinosaurs?
Yeah,
That's, you know what? That's a good one, man.
Nice.
That's a
nice.
really good one.
that's all I got.
What about you, D? You got anything?
You see, I would have brought something as proof, like back, if you could, I would have brought like a device that would say, yes, I am from the future. And I would have warned Nikola Tesla, like, no, patent that shit, that AC, patent that shit. They're going to steal it and cost us money anyways. You need to be fucking bringing those ideas to the plate.
All right, that's solid. What about you, Shadow?
I would make sure the Titanic never sinks so I didn't hear that stupid song by Celine Dion.
Dude, didn't they actually make a fucking episode of Supernatural out of that?
I'm literally mocking that episode
You're an asshole. What about you, Zyber?
I hear they're going to recreate the Titanic and set
What
sail.
about you, Zyber? You got anything?
By the time they're finished, it's not going to have any fear of icebergs.
In all seriousness, I it's not a historical event though, but like family wise, it is. Like I would want to intervene in when my great grandfather ended up breaking his back at the Salem lumber mill.
That's solid.
Just to change some of my family stuff.
Hey, dude, that's solid. That's a solid thing to change. So this was actually a tough one for me because I immediately went to killing Hitler, and then I immediately went to killing Mussolini. But then I realized that if I killed either one of them, that Shadow wouldn't have names for his cats.
And they're adorable.
They are adorable. Yes, this is a really fucking tough one. Man, change an event in history. I mean, you couldn't do something like you couldn't do something stupid like not have Columbus come over and discover whatever Puerto Rico or whatever the hell he did, because if you did that, then we wouldn't be here. I mean, everything has ramifications, and the more I think about it, the more it really just turns into a clusterfuck. Because no matter what you change, it would have dramatic effects. Probably shit.
That's why I went Comet, man.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea. You know what? I would change the use of the atomic bomb in World War II. And the ramifications that I see coming from that is that instead of there being a Cold War, we actually have fallout. Like, people launched nukes and fucking wrecked everyone. And I'm okay with it.
Well, I got a good one. Convince Jesus' parents to name him Bob instead.
Oh, Jesus. Or instead of calling him Jesus, call him Jesus.
Man, what would he be called in South America if not? Damn.
Yeah, that would be the pink girl. Okay, all right. Last question before we get off on too much of a tangent. What's the largest mammal you think you could knock out with a single punch?
Chihuahua.
I'm going with a rat. Not a New York City rat either. I'm talking just a standard rat. And I might even have trouble knocking that fucker out with one punch.
Shadow. I think I can take down a shadow, maybe.
Well, I know at least a human.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But like any larger than that, that's where it's like, I wouldn't be able to knock a bear out. I doubt I'd be able to knock a dog out, because their skulls are just thicker.
I don't know. Our dad was able to knock 2 dogs out.
I'm saying dog, but I'm saying a specific type. I'm saying Chihuahua.
No, our dad was able to knock out a Rottweiler and a German Shepherd.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking I would have trouble knocking out a Chihuahua because those things are little, small, and contained. And while I think I could get the momentum to do it, I think the thing would just spin around and then be pissed and bite my ass off.
Not really. I mean, it's not going to break the skin. They're weak little fuckers.
I don't think I would knock it out, though. I think I would just piss it off.
I think you'd be unless you go at it with 10% effort, I think you'd practically kill it. I don't think it'd be a question of whether or not you'd knock a Chihuahua.
It'd be the animal kingdom's atomic bomb.
Dude, I'm not sure. My neighbor has a Chihuahua, and I'm pretty confident that I could punt that thing across the room, and it would still come at me.
Maybe you should create a sport of this.
No, I'm see, the weird thing is, I think the smaller the animal goes, the harder it would be for me to knock that fucking thing out. I really do think that.
I'm pretty sure I could take a hamster.
Well, I only think it would be harder for me in that situation because it's the smaller a thing gets, it's the less you want to hurt it. It's the reason why geese are assholes, right? Because nobody ever stands their ground and fights a goose.
I have. I've kicked one of those fuckers right between the legs. Fuck
There's
that
no winner.
goose.
You just kicked a goose. Congratulations.
Yeah. I know. It's what, I want a trophy? I look like an asshole.
It's like fighting a skunk. It's just a lose-lose battle.
Now,
I won't fight one of those.
Hold on.
No,
I want to point out, if this question included a goose, I would fucking knock out a goose with one punch. And I would enjoy doing said shit. I would enjoy knocking that fucker cold.
But a bird doesn't count.
I know.
As
I'm saying if it included that, I would say goose instead of rat.
See the chat for
All
goose.
Right.
What about you, Shadow? Did you already say one?
Kawaka. I don't actually know how it's pronounced.
What the fuck's
But
a
they're
Kawaka?
adorable. It's also in the
looks
chat.
Looks like a woodchuck, really.
Yeah, it's adorable. I'll take 8.
You wouldn't want to. It looks like he just wants to give you a hug. You're like, you know what? I'm not mad at
You're
him.
going to knock that fucking thing out with one punch? That thing looks like the friggin' gopher from Caddyshack.
Yeah, and I'd probably knock out a gopher too. Oh, have you seen the gophers?
I think that thing could take you.
The gophers in Richmond, I wouldn't fuck with. They are fat little bastards.
Yeah, but would you be able to knock one out with one punch?
Ask our dad about a gopher and accidentally shooting his old Rambler.
All right, let's.
Fucking woodchuck wins.
I think we're finally at the end of all the questions for this episode.
We're done here. Wrap it up.
So, article. Where can people find you at, man?
Just kind of drifting in the wind, really. I got this handle here. This is article. And then on Xbox Live, I've got my gamer tag, which is Outstanding CF2.
Well, I know one gamer tag you don't have anymore.
Club of Baby Seal.
Yeah, you got in trouble for that one like 10 years
It was
later.
Clubbed Baby Seal.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Shadow? Where can people find you at?
At the local jail for trying to fight all the local mammals.
Touche.
And BorganBS.com.
Nice.
All my links are there.
D, where can we find you at, man?
People can find me on my website, microbrew.gamers with a Z instead of an S.com. Also my YouTube, Microbrew Gamers. Same thing with Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. And, of course, I've got my own Discord channel, but I'm usually on the G.N.A. podcast Discord, along with Yeah Dude Gamers.
Zyberilla, where can we find you at?
Well, you can find me at the local cemetery because I just realized my recording stopped and Cecil's not paying attention.
Wow.
No, you can find me...
You're a fucking asshole, man. Like, seriously, I'm going to drive up to New York just to beat your ass.
You can find me hanging around on the G.N.A. Discord, G.N.A. Twitter, G.N.A. Facebook, and once a week here on the show. Also, once a week doing anime night, as well as my own stuff. You go to Zyber Games on Twitter. All my links are there.
Rock on. And I am Cecil Xavier, your host. You can find me on Cecil vs. Games on Twitter, Cecil Xavier everywhere else, Ustream, Facebook, even on MySpace you can find me there as that. Pretty much anywhere you look, you're going to find me as Cecil Xavier. We hope you...
Cecil, I think you're muted.
No, I'm not. I can see my little waves going, you
Damn
asshole.
it. Damn it.
I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Reviews help other people find the show. So if you enjoy listening to us, help other people find us. You can also find us on services like Google Play Music, Podcast Addict, Stitcher, Player FM, Spreaker, MyTuner, Your Listen, and Spotify. Yes, we are now on Spotify. If we aren't someplace and you want to listen to us there, let us know. We'll upload there. You can follow us on Facebook or Twitter by searching at G.N.A. Podcast. You can hang out on our Discord chat. Just see that pinned tweet. We've also partnered with Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle is a game purchasing service that focuses on charity. Everything you purchase on Humble Bundle has a percentage that goes directly to charity. If you buy a bundle of games, you can choose what you pay, and you can choose who gets what part of your payment. So, for instance, if you want all of your money to go to charity, you can. All you got to do is put a question mark partner equals G.N.A. podcast at the end of any Humble Bundle link, or replace anything after the question mark with partner equals G.N.A. podcast. That will let them know that we sent you there. When you see those sliders at the bottom, move the one that says for G.N.A. all the way down to 0. We don't want your money. We just want to know that you donated because we sent you there. All right? Do you like anime? Because we sure as hell do. Join us every Sunday night starting at...
At least most of us do.
I think everybody here likes anime. Well, maybe Article is a little bit prejudiced against it, but we hate him. Join us 7:30 Eastern Time, p.m., every Sunday night for Anime Night, hosted by Zyberblood. We're currently watching The Fighting Spirit. Great boxing anime. Really,
Episode 6 right now.
really chill, really low-key. Fun one to watch. If you like horror movies, join us every second Saturday of the month for Horror Movie Night. Last Horror Movie Night we watched Bird Box and Ghost Ship. So we got those two knocked out of the way.
I'm bummed I missed that night because I wanted to see
Dude, Bird Box is incredible. It's really a great flick. Even with the fucking footage from the Canadian train wreck that everybody's all up in arms about, fuck it. They've used that footage on a whole bunch of other shit. I'm glad Netflix is saying they're not dropping that shit out of there.
Yeah, people are getting a little too sensitive.
Absolutely.
Tough it up.
So yeah, join us every second Saturday of the month for Horror Movie Night. Join us every first Saturday for Game Show Night, hosted by me, where we give away Steam codes and we play some Jackbox games. Check out our good friends Caleb at Geek Swatch and Proxy Fox at Yeah Dude Gaming. Don't fucking I just forgot his name. Shit on me. Jack of all trades. Josh of all trades. Josh of all trades. Fuck. Check
of all
out
trades,
Josh
man.
of all trades. I fucking brain blitz. I've had a lot of beer tonight, and I've got to pee so bad right now. So check out Josh of all trades as well. He's awesome. We want to thank Morgan BS Photography for a new logo and artwork. Check him out at what he already said, morganbs.com. You can find all this shit there. Email us at G.N.A podcast at gnaandyourdna.1 with questions, comments, death threats. We don't care. We want to hear from you. We'd much prefer hear from you versus somebody sending us an email saying they've caught us masturbating, which...
Oh, or Damok again, because it's like,
yeah,
come on,
good
dude.
point.
No, we literally got an email saying that someone has footage of us.
Yeah,
wanking.
and that's an image that they have to get out of their head. It doesn't hurt me at all. Last but not least, check us out at our website at www.gnapodcast.com. We've got pictures up there. We've got all of our podcasts listed right there, so if you want to catch up, you can go there. But check that out as well. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I had a great time. I am really piss drunk, and I've got to go piss.
You have a
Absolutely, I hear
good
you
night.
there. I gotta go drain.
All you just heard was, oh, from the other room.